Hey there, Kelly here. Today we are going to embrace the Terrazzo trend by making our own faux Terrazzo resin coaster set. Usually Terrazzo is made by combining granite, quartz, glass, or any other suitable material and setting it into cement. But sadly, I don't have any of those materials and I don't know if you do either, but what I do have is resin and polymer clay. If you're a lazy crafter like me, you probably don't want to spend the time to make your own chips. So I got mine from Crystal Low Art, and she creates her own Terrazzo resin art chips that are perfect for this project. These Terrazzo resin art chips come in so many different colors and varieties, but I wanted to mix and match and make my own custom blend. Let's move on to the epoxy. So for this project, I'll be doing multiple layers in my silicone mold. So I wanted an epoxy system that was going to have a quick cure time. So I'm using Epoxy's flag resin with their medium hardener. Now this is a versatile 2-to-1 system that is perfect for resin casting up to a ½ inch in silicone molds, and it has a lower viscosity, which means it's going to have excellent bubble release. As far as color goes, I wanted to achieve a milky white, something that wasn't 100% opaque, but just opaque enough. For this first layer, you're going to use a very small amount of resin, just enough to cover the bottom of your silicone mold. I used a popsicle stick to just kind of zhuzh it around to make sure it did cover the entire bottom. Before we go any farther, I wanted to share a quick tip. Let me pause the video. Unless you want to be a mold murderer like myself, I would recommend using your heat gun and torch very sparingly when popping bubbles in your resin when using silicone molds. If you want to play it safe, just spray a light misting of rubbing alcohol to pop all the bubbles. Now it's time to drop in our Terrazzo resin art chips into our very thin layer of epoxy resin. For this step, just have fun with it. You can add as few or as many chips as you'd like. I just kind of eyeballed it. Once you've added your desired amount of Terrazzo chips into your mold, I used a little silicone stir stick to gently push down the chips so they're kind of touching the bottom of the silicone mold, and I'm moving around until I like the design. After about 2 or so hours of curing, the epoxy is at kind of like a soft cure state, so I can stick my thumbnail in it and leave an impression, but it's not super sticky. So it's time for another layer. Once again, I'll be using Epoxy's flag resin and medium hardener and the same Mixol white pigment. And if you're new to mixing epoxy by weight, click the link at the top. My friend Matt has an amazing video that will help you out. After your epoxy and pigment are all mixed up, it's time to pour that right on top of those molds. And then you can pop any remaining bubbles with a heat gun, torch, or rubbing alcohol. And then make sure to wait about 24 hours before unmolding these guys. These coasters are beautiful and ready to go as is. But if you wanted to take it a step further, you can take a palm sander and actually sand off that first top layer of milky epoxy. This is going to clean up those chips so you can see them just a bit better. As your reward for all of that sanding, it's time for a really fun step, and that is taking liquid latex and smearing it on the back of the coaster. This is going to help mask off the back edge, so when we pour another layer of clear epoxy, those resin drips will be able to just pop right off. Once your liquid latex is completely dry, it's time to add our final top coat of epoxy. Now I'm using Epoxies Table Top Pro, which is a 1-to-1 mix ratio epoxy system that is super easy to use and is basically a maker's dream medium. This system has a 30-minute working time and a heat deflection temperature of 124 degrees Fahrenheit, which means that your coasters are safe from your morning joe or your afternoon tea. After pouring on our top coat, smoothing it all out, and popping any bubbles with a torch, let it cure for about 24 hours before flipping it over and removing that liquid latex. Once you do that, you can just pop off those little resin drips. We are almost done. It's now time to just finish off the back. I'm using cork with an adhesive backing, but to add extra holding power, I'm also using Starbond's medium adhesive and accelerator. And for the final step, I always like to sign my work. So for me, that's going to be adding my little signature on the back of the coaster using a wood burner. Thank you so much for tuning into this tutorial. I hope it was helpful and inspirational, and if it was, give it a like and let us know what we should create next. By the way, if you're old-fashioned like me and like to print out recipes and instructions, head over to mossepoxies.com and look at our projects tab. You'll actually see a full tutorial with this whole project and all the steps listed out for you. As always, stay creative and happy crafting.